Welcome back to my channel Love to Learn. I hope you guys already watched my videos what are microservices and what is REST client and how to implement it in Spring Boot. If you guys not watched my videos, please check my microservices playlist in my channel. Now let's start. What is Feign Client? Feign Client is used for communication between microservices. Now you may get it out. We already have REST client, REST template for communication between services, but why do we really need this Feign Client? If you observe this Feign Client, it is declarative API approach, guys, but if it's come to this REST client and REST template, it have a lot of boilerplate code. Okay, now I'll show you some implementation of the REST client here. You can see lot of boilerplate code here, right? But if it's come to this Feign client, it is also known as declarative REST client, which means we need to just specify the client specifications as an interface, and Spring Boot will take care of implementation for us. Okay, now I will start the implementation now, so you will get more idea what is mean by declarative REST client and why this Feign client got that name. Okay, here if you observe, I have already created an employee service. Here what we are doing is we are just performing basic CRUD operations on an employee table, guys. Okay, just a basic CRUD operations project, so I'm not going to explain, but just for confirmation purpose, what I'll do means I'll just try to insert a record into database and check whether my employee service is working properly or not. If you observe, I was able to save a record into database, right? Now what I'll do means I'll create my service. I'll create some custom service. Let's name it as Feign Client service, and what I'll do means I'll call my employee service from here using this Feign Client. Okay, have already added some dependencies: Spring Web, Lombok, OpenPing, and my Java JDK version is 17. Let me try to generate the project here. Now let me try to import the code. Let's go to archive and Feign Client. Let me say finish. Now we are able to create the project, right? Don't worry about this employee service, guys. I'll just push my code into GitHub and I'll paste the link in description. You can directly clone the code from there. Okay. Now here if you observe, guys, I was able to import the project and created 3 packages: controller, D2, service. Now what I'll do means I'll just try to declare an annotation enable Feign clients. Okay. For sure we need to declare these annotations if you need our Feign client to work. Now let me try to create entity here. I can select DTO, new class employee. Now let me copy that data from here and paste it to here. We can remove the annotations which we don't need. Let me remove these 3 annotations, as just we need to use this as a DTO. We don't need these annotations. Okay, now let me try to create. There is some issue. Yeah, let me try to remove this annotation. Now let me try to create controller here. Let's say test controller. Here what I need to do means I need to just go to my employee controller and copy all the data from here, and let's paste it here. As I am just using the same methods, so I have just copy pasted them directly, so we can save some time, right? Let me remove these things. Yeah, now let's try to create a service, test service, which is nothing but an interface. Let's say test service. Now let's try to declare an annotation at the red Feign client. Here I need to give the URL here. What is that URL? URL is nothing but our clients, I can say like our service URL, which we need to interact. This URL for our employee service. Here we need to give the value, and value is nothing but name of our employee service. Employee service. If you observe our employee service, here I have declared a property spring.application.name, and the value is employee service. I am just using that value here. Now let's go to our employee controller and let's copy this code and paste it here. Sorry, in the test service. Now let me try to remove all the body and for all the methods here. Let me try to import this employee here. Let's go to this test controller and change the occurrences of employee service to test service. Now I'll go to my application.property file and I'll just give some port number here to my FeignClient service, which is nothing but 9090. Let me restart the application. I can select, let me start the FeignClient service here. Let's go to our main method and start our FeignClient service. Let's wait for a few seconds for the application to get started. I said to you earlier, right guys, if you remember, it is nothing but, it is also known as declarative REST client, which means we need to specify client specification as an interface and Spring Boot will take care of everything. So I have not written any code here, just declared annotation which I have given the URL for communication purpose, and I'm just using this abstract method for communication. Okay, I just declared this abstract methods and Spring Boot will take care of everything. Now I will try to save some data into my database here using this Feign Client. And if you observe, my data is successfully saved into my database. So I not interacted with the employee service directly. I have interacted with it via our FeignClient service. Okay. Now we also saved the data into database and got the data from the database using a FeignClient service. Now I hope you guys understand how to use this FeignClient service. Actually, it is not only the benefit, guys, avoiding the boilerplate code, but there are various advantages like built-in load balancing support when we use this with the Spring Cloud and service registry like Eureka. And we also can implement fallback mechanisms when the services are not available using this FeignClient. But let's discuss that topics or that scenarios in our upcoming videos. When I try to create a video for our service registry, I will implement FeignClient in it and I will explain how to create a load balancer using this FeignClient. Okay, I hope you guys understand my video. Please like and subscribe to my channel.